Beneath the surface of our world lies a realm forgotten by time, a place where gods dwell in shadow and stone. Gods Beneath the Earth takes you on a journey through hidden myths, ancient rituals, and subterranean deities whose stories shaped civilizations. From the underworld rulers of Greek and Mesopotamian lore to mysterious earth spirits whispered in folklore, we explore the powers that govern life, death, and the cycles of nature. Prepare to uncover secrets buried deep within the earth, where divine forces work in silence, and the line between myth and reality blurs forever. Beneath the familiar surface of the world lies a realm shrouded in darkness, mystery, and reverence. Across cultures, civilizations, and epochs, humanity has imagined a subterranean domain inhabited by powerful deities, gods who rule over life, death, and the cycles of nature. These gods beneath the earth are not merely figurative. They represent a universal human impulse to understand what lies hidden, to give form to the unknown, and to seek connection with forces that govern existence from below. Their presence in myth, ritual, and folklore reminds us that the divine is not only celestial, but also chthonic, rooted in the soil, stone, and shadowed depths of our world. The underworld as a sacred realm. From the earliest Mesopotamian civilizations to modern folklore, the underworld is depicted as both fearsome and sacred. In Sumerian and Babylonian myths, gods such as Ereshkigal, the queen of the dead, ruled the netherworld with a stern but necessary authority. The underworld was not merely a place of punishment. It was a critical part of the cosmic order, a space where life and death converged, and where divine justice and balance were maintained. Mortals, spirits, and gods alike had to navigate this subterranean realm to restore harmony, retrieve lost souls, or gain hidden wisdom. The underworld, therefore, is a reflection of a human understanding of mortality, a recognition that death, decay, and renewal are fundamental aspects of existence. Greek mythology amplifies this vision with the domain of Hades. Here, the god himself, along with Persephone, governs the dead in a complex system that includes punishment, reward, and the eternal cycles of nature. Cerberus, the multi-headed guardian, and Charon, the ferryman, are not merely characters of terror, but archetypes that symbolize boundaries between life and death, the conscious and the unconscious, the visible and the invisible. The Greeks understood that the underworld was not simply a geographical location, but a psychological and spiritual landscape, a hidden layer beneath the familiar world that held truths about human existence. Similarly, Egyptian mythology situates the afterlife beneath the earth in the Duat, a realm that the deceased must navigate with care, guided by divine forces and spells. The god Osiris presides over this underworld, embodying resurrection and eternal life. Here, death is not the end, but a transition, a subterranean journey where the soul undergoes trials and emerges transformed. The earth itself becomes a medium of divine power, linking the living and the dead, the temporal and the eternal. Chthonic deities across cultures. Chthonic or earth-centered gods appear in nearly every mythology. Unlike sky gods, who symbolize authority, order, or celestial justice, chthonic deities embody fertility, decay, regeneration, and hidden knowledge. Their domains are often caves, mountains, rivers, and underground chambers, highlighting their intimate connection with the earth's physicality. These gods command respect because they are both nurturing and fearsome. They give life through fertile soil and mineral wealth, yet they also remind humanity of mortality and the inexorable forces beneath the surface. In Hindu mythology, subterranean beings, such as the Nagas, serpent deities dwelling in the underworld or beneath rivers, guard treasures, secrets, and sacred knowledge. They are ambivalent, sometimes aiding humans and at other times testing them. Their presence underlines a central theme in chthonic worship, the divine beneath the earth is unpredictable, challenging mortals to approach the hidden with humility, courage, and reverence. Similarly, in Norse traditions, the realm of hell, overseen by the goddess Hel, represents a chthonic dimension of existence. Unlike the fiery depictions of hell in later Christian imagination, hell is cold, distant, and liminal, a space where souls who do not die in battle reside. The Norse understanding of the underworld emphasizes balance, inevitability, and the complex interplay between life above and forces below. Even the world tree Yggdrasil connects these realms, its roots plunging into subterranean waters and hidden wells, linking the mortal and divine, the living and the dead. The symbolism of depth and darkness. The recurring motif of subterranean gods reflects a profound human insight. What lies beneath is powerful, transformative, and often hidden. Darkness and depth symbolize mystery, the unknown, and the subconscious. The earth in its physical form embodies both sustenance and danger, fertile fields and mineral wealth, but also earthquakes, caves, and sudden collapses. Chthonic deities embody this duality. They are sources of life and death, creation and destruction, reward and peril. Caves, in particular, serve as sacred spaces where humans interact with the divine beneath the earth. From the Paleolithic era to modern times, cave paintings and rituals suggest that our ancestors understood these subterranean spaces as portals to other worlds. The deep earth is a mirror for the inner world, a place where hidden fears, desires, and spiritual truths converge. By situating gods in these spaces, cultures externalize the unseen forces that influence life and death, giving them names, forms, and stories that could be engaged with, honored, and interpreted. Rituals, offerings, and the subterranean divine. Worship of gods beneath the earth often involves rituals that recognize the sanctity of hidden spaces. Offerings, sacrifices, and invocations are directed toward deities who are considered guardians of life's most fundamental cycles. In Greek mystery cults, initiates descended into underground chambers to experience symbolic death and rebirth, reflecting the transformative power of chthonic gods. Similarly, in Mesoamerican civilizations, caves were considered entrances to the underworld, where rituals honored deities connected to fertility, rain, and the agricultural cycles. These practices illustrate a crucial aspect of chthonic worship. It is participatory and experiential. Humans approach the hidden divine with humility, entering dark, confined, or remote spaces to confront fear, mortality, and mystery. In doing so, they acknowledge the earth's sacredness, its power, and its ability to transform both body and spirit. The gods beneath the earth are not abstract ideals. They are forces experienced directly, shaping human life through cycles of abundance, loss, and renewal. Modern reflections and hidden legacies. Even today, the influence of subterranean gods persists in literature, psychology, and popular culture. Archetypal interpretations, such as those proposed by Carl Jung, link chthonic deities to the unconscious mind, the hidden layer of thought, emotion, and instinct that shapes behavior. Underworld journeys in myth become metaphors for inner exploration, confronting suppressed fears, and discovering latent potential. From Dante's Inferno to contemporary fantasy, stories of descent and subterranean deities continue to resonate, reflecting our enduring fascination with the hidden and transformative forces beneath the surface. In addition, many folk traditions around the world preserve the memory of earthbound divinities. Tales of spirits in rivers, mountains, and caves often serve as moral or cautionary narratives, teaching respect for nature, the limits of human power, and the presence of forces that cannot be fully controlled or understood. These modern echoes remind us that the divine beneath the earth is not merely a relic of antiquity, but a living symbol of human curiosity, reverence, and imagination. Lessons from the gods beneath the earth. What can we learn from these hidden deities? First, they teach humility. By placing powerful gods in subterranean spaces, cultures acknowledged that life's most potent forces are not always visible or obvious. The soil that nourishes crops, the rivers that carve valleys, and the cycles of death and renewal all operate with silent authority. Chthonic gods personify these forces, reminding humanity to respect both the seen and unseen. Second, they invite transformation. Descending into the underworld or engaging with subterranean divinities often symbolizes a journey into the self, facing fears, confronting mortality, and emerging renewed. The rituals and myths associated with these gods suggest that engagement with the hidden is necessary for growth, wisdom, and spiritual insight. Finally, they emphasize balance. The gods beneath the earth are rarely wholly benevolent or malevolent. They embody dualities, life and death, fertility and decay, concealment and revelation. By understanding and honoring these deities, cultures cultivated a worldview that recognized the interdependence of forces above and below, conscious and unconscious, mortal and divine. The enduring power of subterranean gods. Throughout human history, across continents and civilizations, the gods beneath the earth have fascinated, terrified, and inspired humanity. These subterranean deities occupy a liminal space between life and death, visibility and concealment, creation and destruction. They are not merely mythic figures to be admired from afar. They are powerful archetypes that embody the unseen forces that govern existence. Unlike celestial gods who dominate the sky and the heavens, these chthonic beings rule the hidden layers of the world, the earth itself, subterranean rivers, caverns, and the shadowed domains of mortality and transformation. In exploring the enduring power of subterranean gods, we uncover profound insights into human imagination, spirituality, and our relationship with the unknown. The concept of the underworld. The underworld is a recurring motif in global mythology, representing the hidden, mysterious, and often perilous realms beneath the surface of our world. Across cultures, it is a space where divine forces reside, where souls journey after death, and where mortal beings may encounter trials, wisdom, or transformation. In Mesopotamian mythology, the underworld is ruled by Ereshkigal, the queen of the dead, who presides over a shadowy, ordered realm that is essential for cosmic balance. Death is not merely an end, but a transition, and the underworld is portrayed as a necessary counterpart to the world of the living. Humans and gods alike are subject to its authority, reminding us that subterranean realms are powerful forces that demand respect. In Greek mythology, Hades governs the underworld, assisted by figures such as Persephone, Cerberus, and Charon. These deities and guardians highlight the intricate structure of the underworld and the importance of boundaries between life and death. The Greeks emphasized the underworld as both a physical and symbolic space, reflecting human fears, moral order, and the inevitable cycle of life. The descent into Hades is often portrayed as a journey into the unknown, a confrontation with mortality, and an encounter with the hidden aspects of existence. Similarly, in Egyptian mythology, the Duat, the realm of the dead, is presided over by Osiris. Here, souls navigate trials, guided by divine forces and sacred spells, to attain rebirth. The underworld is thus portrayed as a place of both danger and transformation, a necessary part of the cosmic order. Chthonic deities, guardians of life and death. Chthonic gods are fundamentally different from celestial or sky deities. While gods of the heavens often embody authority, law, and cosmic order, Subterranean gods are deeply connected to fertility, death, regeneration, and hidden knowledge. Their domains are tangible and intimate: caves, mountains, rivers, and underground chambers, reminding humanity of the earth's potency and mystery. These deities wield power that is both nurturing and fearsome. They bestow fertility through the soil, provide minerals and resources from the earth, and govern the cycles of life and death. Yet they also demand reverence because of the inherent dangers associated with their realms: earthquakes, sudden cave collapses, and the inexorability of mortality. In Hindu mythology, Nagas, the serpent deities dwelling beneath rivers or in subterranean spaces, exemplify chthonic power. They guard treasures, sacred knowledge, and cosmic mysteries. Ambivalent in nature, Nagas can bless or challenge humans, highlighting the duality of subterranean divine forces. Similarly, in Norse mythology, Hel rules a cold, liminal underworld where souls who do not die in battle reside. Hel and her realm illustrate that chthonic gods are not morally simplistic. They embody the complex interplay of life and death, reward and punishment, concealment and revelation. These examples demonstrate that the power of subterranean gods is universal, spanning regions and eras. From Mesopotamia to India to Scandinavia, humans have consistently attributed extraordinary agency to the hidden layers of the earth. By placing deities beneath the surface, cultures acknowledge the unseen yet essential forces that shape the world. Symbolism of darkness and depth. The recurring motif of subterranean gods reflects a deeper human insight. What lies beneath is potent, transformative, and often hidden. Darkness and depth symbolize mystery, the unknown, and the subconscious. The earth, in its physical form, embodies both sustenance and danger, fertile soil for crops, mineral wealth for civilization, but also hidden chasms, caves, and unpredictable natural phenomena. Subterranean gods personify this duality, teaching that power exists in concealed and often unpredictable forms. Caves, in particular, are sacred spaces across cultures. Paleolithic humans painted on cave walls, suggesting that these underground chambers were portals to other worlds. To enter the depths of a cave was to symbolically descend into the subconscious, confront fear, and engage with forces beyond ordinary understanding. The gods inhabiting these spaces externalize the hidden aspects of reality: mortality, instinct, transformation, and the cycles of nature. By venerating these deities, humans acknowledge both the danger and the necessity of engaging with the unknown. Rituals and offerings. Engaging with the subterranean divine. Subterranean gods are not distant, abstract entities. They are encountered directly through rituals, offerings, and sacred spaces. Across civilizations, people have descended into underground chambers, caves, and tombs to commune with these forces. Greek mystery cults, for example, allowed initiates to descend into subterranean spaces, symbolically experiencing death and rebirth. Mesoamerican civilizations conducted rituals in caves, which were seen as entrances to the underworld, to honor fertility gods, rain deities, and ancestors. These practices illustrate the participatory nature of chthonic worship. Humans must actively confront fear, mortality, and the unknown to gain insight, blessings, or protection. Offerings to subterranean gods often reflect their dual nature. They may include food, precious metals, or symbolic sacrifices, acknowledging both the nurturing and destructive powers of these deities. In Hindu and Buddhist traditions, offerings to Nagas or other earth spirits serve as acts of reverence, seeking protection, knowledge, or the removal of obstacles. These practices demonstrate that subterranean gods demand respect and engagement rather than passive worship. They are forces that operate beneath the surface, shaping life in ways both subtle and profound. The psychological dimension, subterranean gods, and the human mind. The enduring power of subterranean gods extends beyond mythology into psychology and literature. Carl Jung's concept of the unconscious resonates strongly with the idea of chthonic deities. Just as subterranean gods dwell in hidden spaces beneath the earth, the unconscious operates beneath conscious awareness, influencing thoughts, desires, and behaviors. Descents into the underworld in myths symbolize journeys into the self, confronting fears, hidden desires, and suppressed truths. The subterranean gods, therefore, are archetypes representing the hidden forces within human consciousness. Engaging with these archetypes allows for transformation, self-knowledge, and psychological integration. Literature and modern storytelling continue to reflect this archetypal significance. From Dante's Inferno to contemporary fantasy narratives, the motif of descending into hidden realms resonates with audiences because it mirrors an internal journey of discovery, confrontation, and renewal. The gods beneath the earth are not confined to ancient texts. They live in our imagination, influencing culture, art, and personal reflection. Their enduring presence reflects humanity's need to acknowledge and navigate the unseen forces that shape our lives. Cultural variations and common themes. Despite geographic and temporal differences, subterranean gods share remarkable thematic consistencies. They are guardians of mystery, arbiters of life and death, and mediators of transformation. They demand respect, humility, and courage. They are often associated with fertility, agriculture, minerals, or other forms of natural wealth, underscoring humanity's dependence on the earth. They are also linked to the cycles of mortality and renewal, reminding mortals that life is inherently intertwined with hidden forces beyond immediate perception. In Japan, for example, certain kami associated with mountains, caves, and rivers serve as chthonic deities, embodying both creative and destructive forces. In African traditions, spirits residing in the earth, rivers, or sacred groves often serve as mediators between the living and ancestral realms. Across these varied cultures, subterranean gods consistently represent the interplay of concealment and revelation, danger and sustenance, mortality and renewal. Their universality underscores the human recognition that power, knowledge, and transformation often reside beneath the surface. Lessons from the subterranean divine. What can humanity learn from the enduring power of subterranean gods? First, they teach humility. By placing potent deities in hidden spaces, cultures acknowledge that not all forces can be controlled, seen, or understood. The cycles of life and death, the fertility of soil, and the transformative powers of the earth operate independently of human will. Subterranean gods are reminders of our limitations and the need to approach the unknown with reverence. Second, they invite transformation. Engaging with these gods through rituals, myths, or psychological reflection symbolizes a journey into the hidden dimensions of the self and the world. Initiates, pilgrims, or storytellers who descend into subterranean spaces experience symbolic death, confrontation with fear, and ultimately, renewal. The gods beneath the earth, therefore, are not merely objects of fear or veneration, but catalysts for personal and collective transformation. Third, they emphasize balance. Chthonic deities embody dualities: life and death, creation and destruction, concealment and revelation. Their existence teaches that the hidden and the visible, the conscious and the unconscious, the living and the dead are interconnected. By honoring subterranean gods, humans cultivate a worldview that values harmony with natural and spiritual forces, recognizing that life above ground is inseparable from the hidden forces below. Modern relevance and cultural legacy. The legacy of subterranean gods continues in modern culture, folklore, psychology, and literature. Archetypal analysis, fantasy storytelling, and even ecological awareness draw upon the themes established by these ancient deities. The reverence for hidden, transformative forces beneath the surface translates into respect for natural ecosystems, the subconscious mind, and historical traditions that preserve knowledge of life's fundamental cycles. In popular culture, stories of hidden worlds, underground civilizations, or secret knowledge echo the enduring fascination with subterranean gods. These narratives resonate because they reflect the human experience, the need to explore hidden realms, confront fear, gain wisdom, and emerge transformed. The gods beneath the earth are thus not relics of the past. They are active symbols that shape contemporary understanding of power, mystery, and transformation. The timeless influence of subterranean gods. The gods beneath the earth remain among the most compelling figures in human imagination because they embody forces that are essential, transformative, and hidden. From the underworld rulers of Mesopotamia and Greece to the serpent deities of Hindu lore and the subterranean spirits of Norse mythology, these deities remind humanity that divinity is not confined to the heavens. It resides within, beneath, and beyond the surface of perception. Subterranean gods teach humility by demonstrating the limits of human control. They inspire transformation through encounters with fear, mortality, and the hidden self. They emphasize balance by embodying dualities that define existence. Their enduring power lies in their ability to reveal the unseen, shape imagination, and guide humans toward understanding the profound cycles of life, death, and renewal. By exploring their myths, rituals, and symbolic presence, we reconnect with the hidden dimensions of reality. The earth, with its caves, rivers, roots, and shadows, becomes a sacred space where the invisible forces of life and death converge. Subterranean gods are reminders that beneath the surface of our world, and beneath the surface of ourselves, lies power, mystery, and transformation waiting to be acknowledged, understood, and revered. Their stories, though ancient, continue to resonate, offering timeless lessons about humanity, nature, and the divine forces that shape the universe. In the end, the gods beneath the earth are more than mythic figures. They are enduring symbols of the unseen forces that govern existence. They compel humanity to look below the surface, to engage with the hidden, and to respect the mysteries that sustain life. By honoring these subterranean powers, we honor the depth, complexity, and interconnectedness of the world itself. And in doing so, we discover wisdom, courage, and reverence for the invisible currents that shape our journey through life. As we resurface from the hidden depths, the gods beneath the earth remind us that power often dwells where we least expect it. Their stories echo through caves, soil, and ancient texts, shaping human imagination and belief across time. By exploring these subterranean realms, we glimpse the mysteries that connect life, death, and rebirth, and the unseen forces that quietly guide our world. If this journey into the shadows of mythology fascinated you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Stay curious, for the earth still holds secrets waiting to be uncovered in the stories of gods below.